Welcome to the quiz show that demands nothing less than perfection. Behind the screen are 4 contestants who'll be hoping their knowledge is flawless because one single mistake could give the game away. This is perfection. Hello and welcome to Perfection, the quiz show where only perfect play is good enough. Behind me are the contestants. We call them the usual suspects. They're in our isolation room. In a moment, we'll find out which one of them has been randomly selected to join me here to play Perfection. They will then face a series of true or false statements. For example, if I said the Silk Road was an old trade route across Asia, would you say that's true or false? Well, if you'd said true, I can tell you you'd be right. Answering true or false might seem easy, but if the contestant gets a single answer wrong, their opponents, the usual suspects, will be allowed into the game to capitalise on their mistakes. So you know how the game works? Let's meet the usual suspects.
Hi, I'm Tanya. I'm from Edgware. I'm a primary school teacher and this is my first game.
Hi, my name's Sarah. I'm from Leicester. I'm a mental health support worker and this is my 3rd game.
Hi, my name is Christine. I live in West Sussex. I'm retired and this is my 4th game.
Hi, I'm John. I'm from Kent. I'm a deck officer in the Merchant Navy, and this is my 5th game.
Best of luck to you all as we now find out which one of you has been randomly picked to play Perfection. Christine, it's you. Please come and join me. Christine, welcome to the show. Let's find out a bit more about you. You've got a project going on in your village at the moment, haven't you?
We're trying to build a new village hall. The whole thing has got to come down.
Fundraising, cake sales, car washes?
Yeah, it's got to be done. And we're hoping that we're going to start the build soon.
Well, best of luck with that. It's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates, now they're your enemies. Their job is to stop you from winning the prize fund because your failure will mean the prize money rolls over to the next game where one of them could be sitting here playing for a bigger total. Now, every game on Perfection is worth £1,000. Here's the good news. Nobody's won the last 10 games, so the prize fund currently stands at £11,000. So what are you going to spend the £11,000 on if you walk away with that in the next few minutes?
I would actually like to go to China.
Going on your own, or do you take someone with you?
Oh, I'll probably take my husband.
But
I might. It would depend.
Here's how the game works. You'll play 3 rounds and then a final. Every round that you achieve perfection will make the final easier for you. However, if your performance is anything less than perfect, the usual suspects over there will have a chance to step in and steal the round, making the final much harder. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now so you can't see or hear anything. Christine, each round consists of 4 true or false statements. You'll be answering against the clock and you'll only have 45 seconds. And once you've given an answer, your first answer, it will be locked in. You ready?
Thank you, yes.
Let's play Perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds start now. A Swiss ball is a piece of exercise equipment.
Swiss ball.
Need to watch the time.
False.
False, OK. We probably need to speed on a little bit
sorry.
here. That's
I'm
all right.
sorry,
No,
yes.
only for you. Alan Hansen captained Scotland at the 1978 World Cup.
Captain Scotland. False.
False. We are going to
I've
have
got
to
that.
hurry now. Here we go.
Sorry.
Solitaire is another name for the card game Patience.
True.
True. And finally, Ken Dodd appeared in Kenneth Branagh's film Hamlet.
It's a bit obscure, so it was true.
True, and perfectly timed, if you don't mind me saying so. You had a long time on the Swiss ball.
I just didn't know. I've literally taken a guess, to be honest with you, Nick.
OK, before we reveal how well you've done, let's bring back the usual suspects. Here we go, usual suspects. Here are the 4 statements, and next to them are Christine's answers. So, John, has she achieved perfection?
No, I don't think she has, Nick. There's one that I would change, and that would be a B. I'm not sure if Scotland actually went to the World Cup in '78, but Alan Hansen certainly played for them, and I think he captained them as well.
OK, Sarah?
A is definitely wrong. Bizarre as it sounds, a Swiss ball would be found in a piece of exercise equipment in the gym.
Tanya?
I think D's wrong. I can't imagine Ken Dodd appearing in Hamlet at all.
Well, there's a mixed bag there from the usual suspects. It's the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's see how many are correct. Well, 3 out of 4 is not bad, but it's not quite the full Monty we require. As a result, the usual suspects have a chance to steal this round if they can identify the one answer you've got wrong. But which one?
How certain were you with A? Very.
Yeah, Swiss ball.
Mine could be, it could be Could have been too young at the time.
OK, should we go with A then?
A, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then Nick will change A from false to true.
A changes from false to true, leaving B, C, and D as answered by Christine. All right, usual suspects, let's have a look, shall we? If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. A Swiss ball is a piece of exercise equipment. True or false? Yes, it's true. Sarah was absolutely right. And you know what's going to happen now, don't you? Because you seem to have identified the one you need to change. Alan Hansen captained Scotland at the 1978 World Cup. True or false? Yes, it is false. He started playing for Scotland in 1979 after that World Cup.
All right.
Solitaire is another name for the card game Patience. True or false? Yes, absolutely true. And Ken Dodd appeared in Kenneth Branagh's film Hamlet. True or false? Yes, it's true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Quite rightly pleased with themselves, Christine, because
Yes.
they've managed to succeed where you failed, I'm afraid, and they've taken the round from you. You now have the opportunity to make Christine's chances of winning the prize fund that little bit harder. Christine, this is your final board appearing before you. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Here are the final round category options, starting with cricket, running through composers and on to Christmas, with many more in between. Now, if you'd have won the round, you'd have the opportunity of adding 2 categories of your choice to the board. But because the usual suspects stole it, they get to choose 2, making things tougher for you, they hope, in the final. So choose away.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think basketball.
Okay.
Basketball, yeah.
Yeah, we go for basketball, please, Nick.
Basketball goes into the final, and
Cheese is quite random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheese?
Yeah, cheese.
Go for cheese, please.
And cheese makes it into the final. Well done, usual suspects. You won the first round. Time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 2. Right, they've gone now, so we can have a chat about that, Christine. Basketball?
Yes.
Know much about basketball?
No, I've watched it on and off on the television, but I don't know much about it, to be honest with you.
What about cheese?
Do you know what? We go to a wine and cheese quiz, and you have to guess where the cheese has come from.
Is that right?
So I don't know if that would be a help or not.
Well, it can't hinder, can it?
No,
Let's be
it
honest.
can't. No.
Let's have a look at those other subjects. Pick me 2 that you will be choosing first, given the opportunity.
Probably Christmas and maybe albums,
And 2 that you'd really like to avoid.
taxes, and probably software.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, the way to go forward is to win a round and choose your own subject categories, so at least then you can avoid the worst ones. All right, ready to play on?
Thank you, yes.
Let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds start now. The presenter, Matt Baker, is the nephew of Cheryl Baker.
False.
False. The Royal Mail was once known as Consignia.
False.
False. The Earth's moon is larger than the planet Uranus.
True.
True. And finally, water motorsports was once an Olympic event.
False.
False. And with that, you've answered all 4. Yeah, it felt like a mixed round again.
It was mixed, very mixed. The Royal Mail, again, it's a bit of a guess there. So.
All right. Before we reveal how well you've done, let's have a chat with the usual suspects. So here are the 4 statements and Christine's answers. Sarah, has she achieved perfection this time?
The first time, I believe she has.
Tanya?
No, I don't think she has. I think C's false.
Christine, the moment of truth. Let's find out how many you got correct.
Oh.
Oh, 1 out of 4. Well, that comes as a surprise to not only you and me, but
yes.
also to the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, you have a chance to steal the round. You can see Christine's answers. You need to change 3 answers, but which 3?
Well, I thought it was perfect, so I'll take it over to you.
We definitely need to change C.
Yeah, C is definitely wrong. Yeah.
Actually, thinking about
which
it
one's
now,
true?
B, Consignia was Royal Mail, wasn't it? They did change over at one point and then change back again.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that's true.
And
I would have thought we would have heard about Matt Baker and Cheryl Baker before.
Yeah.
So should we go for D as well?
yeah,
So B, C and D?
B, C, and D. Okay, then Nick, we're going to change B from false to true,
B from false to true,
C from true to false,
C from true to false,
and D from false to true.
and D from false to true, leaving A as answered by Christine. All right, usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. The presenter, Matt Baker, is the nephew of Cheryl Baker. True or false? Yes, false. They're no relation at all. The Royal Mail was once known as Consignia. Is this true or false? True. Very well done, Tanya. The Earth's moon is larger than the planet Uranus. True or false? False. Uranus is considerably bigger. And water motorsports was once an Olympic event. True or false? This is true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection again. Well, that's a bit tough on Christine, but nonetheless, you did very well, the usual suspects, and you've stolen the round. Let's take a look at the final board again, because you're about to make it even more difficult for Christine to win the £11,000. Because you won the second round, you get to choose the next two categories. So which will it be?
I reckon Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Hasselhoff,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, then Nick will go for Hasselhoff.
Hasselhoff goes into the final.
How about Christmas? That could be deceptively hard, so...
Yeah?
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 Give it a go.
Okay, then we'll go for Christmas as well.
And Christmas makes it into the final as well. Congratulations, usual suspects. You're playing very well. You've won round 1 and round 2. We'll switch you off and see you in round 3. You quite fancy Christmas, and they've done it for you. Hasselhoff?
David?
Difficult to know until the question
It
comes
is,
up,
really,
isn't it?
yes.
All right, you still have one more chance to find perfection and choose your own category for the final. Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. 90% of the world's rubies come from Switzerland.
I said it was false.
False. The equal sign was invented by Johnny Bull.
False. I'd say false.
False. Laurel and Hardy starred in over 20 films together.
I'd say that was probably true, because they did make a lot of films, so, you know,
True.
true.
And finally, Bangalore is known as the Silicon Valley of India.
I'd say that was false.
False. And with that, you've answered all 4. How was that round? You got a chance on this one?
Yes, why not? Yes.
Yeah. Before we reveal how well you've done, let's bring back the usual suspects. So here we are in round 3. There's the 4 statements and the 4 answers from Christine. Tanya, has she achieved perfection this time?
I don't think she has. I'm not sure about C and D.
Sarah, what do you think? Has she achieved perfection this time?
Definitely not. No, D, Bangalore is known as the Silicon Valley of India. You think it'd be Delhi, being the capital, but actually it is Bangalore.
OK, Christine, the moment of truth, you need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's see how many are correct. Three out of 4, I'm afraid not perfection again. Close.
Yeah.
Well, it
Like
does
the
mean
Medford.
that they could nick the round off you again.
Yes, I understand that, yeah.
So, usual suspects, here's your chance. You need to change just one, but which one?
I think
Think
D.
D,
Yeah, I've got
yeah.
a feeling about D.
Just
Yeah.
do it D.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we'll go with D then, Nick.
D changes from false to true, leaving A, B, and C as answered by Christine. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. 90% of the world's rubies come from Switzerland, true or false? Yes, it's absolutely false. Do you know where they come from, mostly?
Probably from India, I would have thought.
Burma, just down the
Burma.
road, pretty
okay.
much. Yeah,
well, a bit
absolutely.
far,
The equal sign was invented by Johnny Bull, true or false? False. Actually invented by Robert Record. Laurel and Hardy starred in over 20 films together, true or false? True. Bangalore is known as the Silicon Valley of India, true or false? That's the killer, it's true. Congratulations, usual suspects, you have achieved perfection again. Well, once again, the usual suspects have stepped in, nicked the
Yeah,
round off you.
yeah.
As a result, you get to choose the last 2 categories. Let's have a look at the final board. 4 categories on there already chosen by the usual suspects, and because you won that round, you get to make it a full house by choosing the last 2 as well.
What about Florida?
Florida?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that one, yeah.
should give it
Yeah,
Florida.
it'd be easy,
Okay.
it'd be hard, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go for Florida, please, Nick.
Florida makes it into the final, and one more.
1980s album is very generic, so
Yeah.
she might have been lucky with the album chosen.
Yeah, go for that one.
Should go for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll go for 1980s albums, please, Nick.
1980s albums goes into the final. We now know our 6 final categories. They are basketball, cheese, Hasselhoff, Christmas, Florida, and 1980s albums. Okay, guys, time to switch you off for the final time. You fancy the albums? You were going to choose that yourself.
I might have done.
And then Florida.
Never been, but, I don't know, a random question. Might be something up there.
Christine, for £11,000, it's time to play the final. Christine, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be walking away with £11,000, which would be lovely, wouldn't it?
It would be fabulous, actually.
If you fail, you leave with nothing, which would be great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £12,000 on the next game.
Yes.
Let's play the final round. Christine, here are your final 6 categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £11,000. Think carefully, there's no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it's locked in. You ready?
I am.
Let's
Thank
reveal
you.
your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Basketball. In basketball, travelling is a foul.
I'd say that was false because when you watch them, they sort of bouncing the ball right across the area. I'd say that was false.
False. Cheese. Britain produces over 500 named cheeses.
I'd say that was true.
True. Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff appeared in the film Grease.
Do you know what? I've actually never watched Grease for my sins. Everybody would go, "Ugh." But I'd say it was probably false.
False. Christmas. Christmas crackers were originally known as Cossacks.
I'd say that was false, Nick.
False. Florida. In terms of land area, Florida is larger than England.
In terms of land area, Florida. I don't know why. I think it's false.
False. And finally, 1980s albums. Songs from the Big Chair was an album by Wham.
Songs from the Big Chair. Never a Wham fan, but songs from the... I would say that was false.
False. And with that, you've answered all 6 statements, and those
Thank
answers
you.
are locked in. If you made one single mistake, you leave with nothing. So which ones are you worried about?
I'm probably worried about the Florida and probably the Christmas. I suppose they would be my worries, I think.
Okay. Well, look, let's switch on the usual suspects. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Christine's answers. Christine, your answers are now locked in, and you can't change them by yourself. But if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Who would you like to hear from first, Christine?
Tanya, please.
Hi, Christine. I think you've done really, really well. There's 2 I'm not sure of, so I'm going to rule myself out.
Okay. Sarah?
One of them is definitely wrong. If I was 100% sure out 2 more, which I think you may have also got wrong, I'd come and join you. But I'm not sure enough, so I'll rule it out, thank you.
John?
Yeah, you've definitely got 2 wrong that I can see, and a possible third. How confident are you?
There are a couple there that I'm doubtful about.
Okay.
I don't know if you'd be willing to come down and have a go.
Yeah, I'll come down for 5.5.
Come on down, John.
Brilliant, yeah, I'm happy.
There you
with
go.
that.
Negotiations seem to be completed. So, John, for £5,500 of the £11,000 prize fund, please come down and join us. OK, Christine, you've asked John for help. If you achieve perfection, it will cost you £5,500 of your potential prize fund of £11,000. John, you've now forfeited your chance to play in the next game. This is your only shot at winning perfection.
Yep.
Have you made the right decision? I think we're about to find out. Here are the final round statements. You might want to say hello, first of all.
Hello, John.
And all 6 answers are now unlocked. So, John, which answers would you like Christine to change?
Right, OK, so A is definitely true. It is a foul, travelling
Okay.
in basketball.
Okay.
So I think we should change that one. What about D?
That's probably a bit of a...
I didn't know that one, to be honest.
Not known as... I don't know, it just doesn't seem right, so I'd still say it was false, but I don't... I
Okay.
still
Yeah,
don't know
yes.
what you think. I think...
Yeah, stick with that one then. This one's the other one that I wasn't sure about. I think it's quite close in terms of landmass, but I would be tempted to say true on that one.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going
I
to
reckon-
change E to true,
Yeah.
are we?
A and E, I reckon.
What do we say about Christmas cracker? What was we going to...
I think
Oh, Christmas crackers. Do you know, I know so much about Christmas, but not that.
originally known as...
It's silly, isn't it? Christmas cracker, originally known as...
How's your
I'd say-
French?
I'd say it was false,
Yeah.
but I can't see in French they'd have the same initial.
Okay.
You know, same initial.
Yeah, I think just stick to your gut
C.
feeling on that one.
I'd say it was false.
Well, Christine, remember, it's still your decision. You don't have to listen to John. However, the board is now open. You can change all, some, or none of the answers. Which ones are you going to go with?
We're going to change A, aren't we,
Yeah.
to true.
A changes from false to true.
Then we was going to change E to true.
B changes from false to true. And anything else before you close the board down?
Anything else? Do you think there's anything coming at you? Or
No, I think just it's up to you, obviously. But Whatever you think.
I think we'll go with that, Nick.
Go with that. All right, let's close the others up exactly the same as you originally answered, Christine. And there you go. Those answers are now locked in. £11,000 at stake, £5,500 to Christine, £5,500 to John. 6 answers away, and let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Now, when somebody comes down to join you, the main thing you need to work out is, are you better off with them coming to join you or worse off with them coming to join you? I think we can establish that right away at the top, can't we? In basketball, travelling is a foul. Now, Kristen, you said false. John came down to tell you it's true. So you need this to turn green to get you off to a good start. Is it true or false? True. So, Christine, at this stage, if John hadn't come down to help you, you would have been losing and going home without the money,
Nick.
even at this stage. So,
Lovely. Yeah.
let's deal with the other one then straight away, shall we? Which was changed. E, in terms of land area, Florida is larger than England. Now, you thought this might be false, Christine, although you were happy to be swayed.
Yeah.
And John, of course, has travelled around the world
Yeah.
on board merchant ships, because that's what you do, is you
That's
travel
right,
around the world.
Merchant Navy, that's right.
And I didn't get to ask you, if you do well here, what are you going to spend the money on?
I think I might go backpacking maybe on my next leave. I fancy the Trans-Siberian Express.
So it looks like you're both off travelling if you win some money. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Together.
Let's see whether you are continuing on the right direction. In terms of land area, Florida is larger than England. You say it's true. Need this to turn green. Is it true or false?
Oh.
It is true. Right, let's go back up to the top and fill in these other ones, shall we? Britain produces over 500 named cheeses. You said true. You need this to turn green. Is it true or false? It is true. Over 700, according to the people who oversee this thing, who are hilariously known as the British Cheese Board.
Brilliant, I like that.
So let's move on. David Hasselhoff, the Hoff, appeared in the film Grease. You said this was false. We'd like it to turn red. Is it true or false? It is false. Oh, now this Nick, when Christmas crackers were originally
Such a
known
thing,
as
isn't
Cossacks,
it?
because you talked about this, didn't you?
I know. I could be,
Do you know what? I'm going to hop over that for a moment and come back
Yes.
to it. Songs from the Big Chair was an album by Wham. Christine, not a fan of Wham.
No.
You went with false on this one. If this turns red, you are just one away, just that one away from the £11,000. Of course, if this turns green, the money rolls over for the usual suspects. So, Songs from the Big Chair was an album by Wham. True or false? False. The album was by Tears for Fears. So, we come back to this one. Christmas crackers were originally known as Cossacks. It was a subject category that was chosen for you, Christine, but it was one of the ones you'd identify as one of the ones that you would have
I
chosen
know.
for yourself.
I know.
So, Christmas crackers were originally known as Cossacks. You've said false. You need this to turn red. If it turns red, you're walking out of here with 11,000. So, Christmas crackers were originally known as Cossacks. Is it true or false for £11,000? It's true. Apparently, they were called Cossacks because the sound of them cracking when you pulled crackers sounded like a Cossack's whip.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's why they were originally called Cossacks. That's really tough. 5 out of 6. You're really, really close on that. Great play by John, who came down and changed 2 to get you that much closer. Nonetheless, it's good news for the usual suspects. The prize fund rolls over to the next game where one of you could be playing for a total of £12,000. Christine and John, you failed to achieve perfection, which means you don't go home with the £11,000, but you do go home with our thanks for playing such a great game. Did you enjoy yourself, Christine?
Do you know what? I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm glad you have. And John?
Yeah, I had a great time up in the usual suspects.
Yeah, you got really close as well. Let's hear it for John and Christine, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's now time to meet the next usual suspects, hoping to play perfection today. Usual suspects, please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Chrissy. I live in Cardiff and I'm a retired personal assistant.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm from Bedford and I'm a student studying finance.
Best of luck to you all as we now find out which one of you has been randomly picked to play perfection. Daniel, it's you. Please come down and join me. Daniel, welcome to the game. You're studying finance?
I'm studying finance and investment at Coventry University.
So when the careers officer asked you, what do you want to do? Did you say finance, or is it just something you sort of fell into?
I sort of just, fell into it. I've always liked business, wouldn't mind sort of owning my own business and stuff.
Do you know what sort of business yet?
Wouldn't mind owning a restaurant just because I like food. But, you know, that's
Sounds like a
about
good
it.
idea. But
Yeah.
essentially, the main ambition is to earn money.
I would like a bit of money to sort of play around with some investments.
What, on a stock exchange and things
Yeah,
like
sort
that?
of thing like that. Make a bit of a portfolio of some sort.
All right, Daniel, we better get into it. It's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates, they're now your enemies. Every game on Perfection is worth £1,000. Now, fortunately for you, no one has won the last 11 games, so the prize fund currently stands at £12,000. So we kind of know what you're going to do with that. You're going to invest it and you're going to try the stock exchange. You're going to become a
All kinds of
multi-millionaire
things.
overnight.
All kinds of
Buy your
things.
first yacht. Right, 3 rounds of the final to come. Usual suspects. We're going to switch you off for now so you can't see or hear anything. But as soon as Daniel makes a mistake, you'll be back in the game. Ready to get started?
Ready?
Then let's play Perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds starts now. Michaela Tabb is a former world snooker champion.
I'm going to go false with that. I do watch a bit of snooker.
False. Roast camel is an Arabian delicacy.
They're quite reliant on them, so I'll go false with that as well.
False. Nigel Farage once ran his own driving school.
I know he had a plane crash, but I don't think he had a driving school, so I'll go false there as well.
False. And finally, Queen Victoria died before Prince Albert.
No idea, but I'm also going to go false with that. False.
False.
All over the place.
False all over the place, and you've answered all 4 statements. In with a chance of perfection there?
2 or 3 right, maybe got the perfection.
All right, before we reveal how well you've done, time to have a chat with the usual suspects. So here are the 4 statements, and next to them are Daniel's answers. Sarah, what do you think?
You know what? I think he's got perfection. I'd like to think C, you might be true, just for a laugh.
OK, welcome to the show, Chrissy. What do you think?
Well, I think he's probably got perfection, yes.
Well, it's a vote of confidence there from the usual suspects. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's see how you've done, Daniel. Three out of 4, it's a good score, but it's not perfection, which means the usual suspects can steal the round if they can identify the one answer they need to change. Ladies, you need to put your heads together and decide which one to change.
Yeah, so...
C's quite a random one. Should we
It is random, but you never know. He seems to me a bit of a jack of all trades, so he could well have had his own driving school at some point. On that basis, Nick, we're going to go with C, false to true.
C changes from false to true, leaving A, B and D as answered by Daniel. Thank you, usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. Michaela Tabb is a former world snooker champion. True or false? It is false. She is actually known for refereeing. Roast camel is an Arabian delicacy. True or false? Actually true. That was the one you were looking for. So you won't be achieving perfection, usual suspects. I wonder whether you can achieve perfection at home. Let's have a look at those other statements. Nigel Farage once ran his own driving school. True or false? Yeah, false. Queen Victoria died before Prince Albert. True or false? Yeah, it's false. It was the other way round, in actual fact. So, usual suspects, had you achieved perfection, you would now have the opportunity to make Daniel's chances of winning the prize fund much harder. Let's have a look at your final board, shall we? These 6 blank spaces, Daniel, need to be filled with subject categories. Here are your final round categories. Starting with Nelson's column, running through Olivia Coleman to the EU, with many more in between. Now, because neither side won the round, the 2 categories that were due to be chosen were carried over to the next round, so 4 categories will be on offer. Usual suspects, time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 2. Let's have a quick look at those, shall we? Now, which 2 will be the ones that you really like to avoid?
Solar eclipses, or even scouts.
And 2 you'll be choosing first.
Partial to a biscuit. And maybe Formula 1.
In this round, there are 4 categories on offer. It'll be a good one to win.
It would be a good one, yeah.
So let's press on and play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. Jan Smuts is a former Prime Minister of South Africa.
Doesn't sound very South African, so I'm going to say false with that one.
False. World Penguin Day takes place in April.
Yeah, true. We'll go true with that.
True. Richard Branson became head of NASA in 2011.
Don't think that's true. He does all the Virgin, so I'll say false there.
False. And finally, the Blockheads was Ian Dury's backing group.
I think I'll go true.
True. And you've answered all 4 statements. Didn't seem so confident in that round.
Nah, it wasn't as good.
Right, let's have a chat with the usual suspects again. Ladies, here are the 4 statements, and next to them are Daniel's answers. Tanya, has he achieved perfection this time?
I don't think he has. I think A might be true.
Chrissy, has he made any mistakes?
I do agree with Tanya. I think A is probably true.
All right, Daniel, the moment of truth. Let's find out how many are correct. Three. Almost, but not close enough to keep the ladies out. They have a chance to steal the round from you. All they need to do is identify the one answer they need to change.
We all agree on A, don't we?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Well, on that basis, Nick, we're going to go for A, from false to true.
A changes from false to true, leaving B, C and D as answered by Daniel. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Jan Smuts is a former Prime Minister of South Africa, true or false? True. Yes, very well done, ladies. You found the one that you needed to change, so you know where the rest of these are going to go now, don't you? World Penguin Day takes place in April, true or false? True. Richard Branson became head of NASA in 2011, true or false? Yes, it's utter poppycock, of course he didn't. The Blockheads was Ian Dury's backing group, true or false? Absolutely true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Right, you're in trouble now, Daniel, effectively. Let's take a look at your final board, shall we? Your chances of winning the £12,000 have been made a lot harder because the usual suspects, by winning that round, have not only got the chance to choose 2 categories, but they also get to choose the 2 categories from round 1 as well. So 4 categories to choose, ladies.
I think Daniel will be unfamiliar with Olivia Colman.
Okay.
Okay.
What are your thoughts, Chrissy?
I was wondering about the EU.
Yeah, you think so?
Should we put those 2 in to start you off then?
Yeah.
Yes, please, Nick.
OK, so the EU goes in, Olivia Colman goes in. And we need 2 more.
Solar eclipses might be quite a good one.
Solar eclipse,
Solar
please.
Eclipses goes in.
Biscuits, is that a funny one?
Yeah, we'll go with biscuits, Nick. Thank
And
you.
Biscuits makes it into the final. Congratulations, usual suspects. You've won the 2nd round. Time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 3. Well, they gave you biscuits, which you would have chosen for yourself, which is kind of good.
Yeah, EU's not too bad either.
OK, well, look, get perfection this time round and you get to choose the last 2 categories, yes?
Yep.
Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. Bitcoin is the official currency of Albania.
No, that's internet currency, so that's false.
False. Worldwide, over 1 billion emails are sent daily.
I'd say true because I probably get half of them.
True.
So I'd go true there, yeah.
The Spanish flag contains a blue diagonal cross.
That's false.
False. And finally, Terry Venables is a former England football manager.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did manage England, so yeah, true for that one.
True. And with time to spare, you answered all 4, and that sounded like a very confident round to me.
Yeah, much better round. Spanish flag, I'm just starting to think there might be a little logo in there and a tiny blue cross randomly.
Let's see what the ladies think, shall we? So, usual suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Daniel's answers. Chrissy, is that perfection?
Actually, I think it is, Nick, yes.
Tanya?
I'm in agreement. I think he's got perfection.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Daniel, moment of truth. Let's see if you've answered all 4 correctly and achieved perfection. Congratulations, Daniel, you have achieved perfection. There you go. Let's go through them in more detail, shall we? Bitcoin is the official currency of Albania. We now know that's false because Bitcoin is...
It's an internet currency, I think, yeah.
Worldwide, over 1 billion emails are sent daily. You said that was true, and of course it is true. The Spanish flag contains a blue diagonal cross. True or false? Yeah, false. It's 3 stripes. Do you know the colours?
Red, yellow, red.
Correct.
Yeah,
Very well
yeah,
done.
yeah.
And Terry Venables is a former England football manager. True or false? True. El Tel, as he became known. So very well done. Thanks for that fantastic performance. You now get to choose the last 2 categories on the final board. Let's have a look at it. So which 2 would you like?
I think I'll go for Formula 1.
Formula 1 goes in and
Meat dishes.
meat dishes. We now know our 6 final categories. They are the EU, Olivia Colman, solar eclipses, biscuits, Formula 1 and meat dishes. Time to switch off the usual suspects for the last time. Cheerio. Right, Daniel, for £12,000, it's time to play the final. Daniel, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you'll be leaving with a prize fund of £12,000. If you fail, you'll leave with nothing, which would be great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £13,000 on the next game. Let's play the final round. Daniel, here are your final 6 categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £12,000. Think carefully, there's no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it will be locked in. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. The EU. Vatican City is a founder member of the European Union.
Part of, obviously, it's the Pope's hometown. But I think I'll go false for that one.
False. Olivia Colman. The actress, Olivia Colman, was born in Norfolk.
I'll go true.
True. Solar eclipses. The longest solar eclipse can last over 7.5 days.
I don't think that's true. They're very, unless that's maybe a total eclipse, they're very short in time. No one sits in darkness for 7 days. So I'll go false there.
False. Biscuits. In the US, a snickerdoodle is a type of biscuit.
There's an American section in a high street supermarket, and I might have seen a snickerdoodle before there. I'm going to say false.
False. Formula One. The Italian Grand Prix takes place in Sardinia.
Don't recognise the name Sardinia, so I'm going to say false on that one as well.
False. And finally, meat dishes. Classic Wiener Schnitzel is made using veal.
Obviously a German sausage. I don't think it would be made of veal, so I'm going to say false on that one as well.
False. And with that,
Please.
you've answered all 6. Remember, if there's one single mistake, you leave with nothing. Which ones are you worried about?
B. But I sort of educated guesses on most of them.
All right, let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they have to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Daniel's answers. Daniel, your answers are now locked in and you can't change them by yourself, but if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock them with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Daniel, who would you like to hear from first?
Chrissy.
I think you've done pretty well, but I do believe you have got one wrong.
And does that mean you're prepared to come and help Chrissy?
Yes,
For how much?
£6,000.
Basically. So Chrissy thinks you've got one wrong and wants half of your £12,000 to come down and help. Would you like to continue negotiating or hear from someone else?
I'll hear from Tanya first.
Yeah, you have got one wrong, but I'm not sure of 2 of them, so I'm going to rule myself out.
And Sarah?
I think you've got about 3 wrong. I'm just not feeling certain enough that I could help you out, so I'm going to leave it there. But all the best for you, Daniel.
Chrissy, how confident are you that on the one that I've got wrong?
Pretty sure.
6,000, I'll split that.
Yeah?
6,000 each, yeah.
Happy with that?
I'm happy with that, yeah.
Happy with that, Chrissy?
Yeah,
OK,
absolutely.
then negotiations are over for £6,000 of the £12,000 prize fund. Chrissy, please come down and join us. OK, Daniel, you've asked Chrissy for help. If you achieve perfection, it will cost you £6,000 of your £12,000 prize fund. Chrissy, you now forfeited your chance to play in the next game. This is your only shot at winning perfection. What are you going to spend the money on, Chrissy? £6,000, a nice chunk of money if you walk away with it.
I would rent a really large villa in Tuscany for about 6 weeks and have all my family out and just have a really nice,
Lovely.
lazy time in the sun.
All right, well, best of luck to both of you. Here are the final round statements. All 6 answers are now unlocked. So, Chrissy, which answers do you want Daniel to change?
F.
F.
The Wiener Schnitzel.
Veal.
I think it is made.
You think it is made of a veal?
It is
What is
veal.
veal's baby cow, isn't it?
Yeah.
You think it's a bit of a waste to put in a sausage. That's what my plan was.
Well, a Wiener Schnitzel, it's like a very thin piece of veal breadcrumb.
Sound convincing, I must admit. I think I'll trust you on that one.
Do you want to change that one then?
Yeah, I think I will. I think I will change that, please.
OK, F changes from false to true.
And then you're happy with everything else?
Well, I think, are you?
Yeah, fair, yeah. The only one is Olivia Colman.
Right,
And
right.
what, in your opinion, is... What do you think? I think we should just go with that.
Go with it, fine.
Yeah?
All right, we're locking all the rest in then. Your answers are now locked in. £12,000 at stake, £6,000 to you, Daniel, £6,000 to Chrissy. 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Tanya, did you say you thought there was one wrong? Which one?
I did. It is F. It's an Austrian dish and it is a veal escalope.
Sarah, was there something you saw wrong?
I've got a feeling a snickerdoodle is actually a type of biscuit in the US. I think that might be genuinely true.
That's interesting, isn't it? All right, well, look, let's get started, shall we? And, well, first of all, let's clear up the one at the bottom there and be absolutely certain. Classic Wiener Schnitzel is made using veal. Daniel was fairly convinced that it was a sausage. Chrissy came down to convince him that it was actually breaded veal. And Tanya seems to be backing her up on that. We need this to turn green to get you off to a good start. Is it true or false? It's true. Right, so let's get back up the top and start from there and come down, shall we? Vatican City is a founder member of the European Union. Daniel, you said false. We need this to turn red. Is it true or false? It is false. To be a member of the EU, a country must be a democracy. But you knew that, didn't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, I had an inkling, yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on. The actress Olivia Colman was born in Norfolk. You say it's true. You need this to turn green. Is it true or false? True, very well done. And then the longest solar eclipse can last over 7.5 days. You thought this was ridiculous, Daniel. So you went with false. Chrissy agrees it was false. So this should turn red for you. Is it true or false? False. About 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Solar eclipse, longest time. Well, now they were in the US, the Snickerdoodle. You wanted the subject category biscuit, had it chosen for you.
Yeah.
But of course, now Sarah's cast doubt over that one, whether it's actually a biscuit or not. Let's do the Italian Grand Prix first, shall we? The Italian Grand Prix takes place in Sardinia. You went with false on this one, so we need this to turn red. If it does, you are just one away from the £12,000. Is it true or false? It's false.
One more.
Usually, it takes place at Monza. So we're down to this last one, aren't we? You wanted biscuits as a category. You've got biscuits as a category.
Yep.
And now it comes down to this last one. And Sarah's cast a little shadow over this by suggesting that maybe a Snickerdoodle was a type of American biscuit. You said false. If this turns red, you're walking out of here with £12,000 between you, £6,000 each. If, however, it turns green, the money rolls over and the usual suspects get a chance to play for £13,000 in the next game. In the US, a Snickerdoodle is a type of biscuit. Is it true or false for £12,000? It's true. Maybe Sarah should have come down. Mind you, did you know about the Wiener Schnitzel?
I did, yeah.
Maybe you could have been down here actually walking away with £6,000 if you'd been a little braver. As a result, it's not a disaster for you because, usual suspects, the prize fund rolls over to the next game where one of you could be playing for a total of £13,000. So close. So close. Well, you don't go away with any money, I'm afraid, because you failed to achieve perfection, but you do go home with our thanks for playing such a great game. Let's hear it for Daniel and Chrissy, everybody. Well, that's all we have time for. Please join us again next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again, this time for £13,000. But remember, as we've seen in both games, 5 out of 6 just isn't good enough. On this show, we only pay for perfection. Goodbye.